Welcome to the Self Reality Podcast, a show where we love to talk all things reality TV, the good, the bad, the ugly, and most definitely how we feel about it. I'm Angie, your host, and here with me today to talk Survivor Season 48, Episode 8, is my brother, Nicholas Hanlon. Welcome.
Cheers to everybody out there watching reality TV game shows.
And you're drinking out of the Beef Eater mug.
It's my favorite cup now. That's why I drink all my drinks from.
It's a good
Makes
cup.
It makes me look campy because I'm camping.
Like outdoorsy or something. Exactly. So before we dive right into this episode, please go on ahead, like, subscribe, do all the things on my channel. I would love it if you did so. And Nick, tell them where they can find you.
I'm drinking Ryan Tonic, if anybody's wondering. They have a nice diet tonic at Metro here in Canada, so you don't have to drink all the sugar. And that's a 4.5 drink right there. And that leads me into my drinking podcast where I rate beverages, Dirty Glass podcast, booze reviews for the unrefined. If you want to know how good a drink like a diet tonic and rye is, tune in. And I also got a wrestling podcast called Kayfabe Wrestling Talk. It's where you come to hear how wrestling should be talked about. I'm heading to WrestleMania in 2 days. There'll be some live WrestleMania content. I also have WrestleMania content from last year posted. Check it out.
Awesome. All right.
Like and subscribe.
I was going to say that, but there you go.
Oh, try.
That's okay.
Three's Company, too.
All right. So go like and subscribe. I'm drinking, in case anyone cares, I'm drinking Coke Zero and DiSorno.
Interesting.
It's actually really
good. Got a Dr. Peppery feel to it?
It does. I like it. It's a nice little drinky. It's not too alcohol-y. It's sweet. I like it. I like it a lot. I would give this a 4 or 5, I think. Nick, it's like my go-to drink. It's a nice little drink.
It's a good drink.
Yeah, it's not
DiSorno.
bad. Yeah, so let's get right into the episode because, well, it was, I think, spoiler alert, the best episode we've seen in a long time.
It was a fun one.
Like, finally, we have some action. I mean, it does start a little slow. Like, the aftermath is the most boring aftermath I've ever seen, like, bar none.
Well, it's just everybody wanted them both out, kind of, I guess. I mean,
Say and Cedric left, yay, and we all love each other, and we're the what are they calling themselves, Nick? The Strong Five or some shit? Like, it's a little arrogant. I don't dig the name, but we're gonna get into some of my very strong opinions about what went down because I have some strong opinions.
At least we find out who they think they can, what wild animal they can beat up.
What a wild animal!
Joe thinks he can beat up a gorilla if it's older. Kyle thinks he can beat up a hyena. Well, it's not, because a gorilla would pick you up and rip you in half like the Hulk. I don't care how old the fucking thing is. The thing is. I've been drinking. And a hyena would just chew your throat out. They're idiots. Anyway.
Well, I think that is going to bear some fruit.
I don't think I could win a fight with a cat. Gorilla? Anyway.
Well, I think you
talking about.
Well, yeah, Luna could probably beat you up, Nick. I think she could if you let her.
It'd be a close fight. I'd come out with scars with any cat.
She'd do damage.
You really realize how weak you are when you try and you clip cat's nails. They're nuts.
I did it today.
Trying to hold down a cat? It ain't easy.
Yeah, but no, it's not. Actually, Ozzy, even, who's the nicest, gentlest cat, even got a little frisky, but he doesn't bite Luna, but she trusts me and loves me. If you tried to clip her nails, it'd be a different story, but she'll like kind of gnaw a little bit, but she won't break skin. She just gets mad. So it was a fun day today.
You're saying a wild cat that you're trying to fight?
No, you're not going to win that. So
you better break it immediately or it's going to go for the eyes.
Well, they they could do some damage. Okay, so I just said it was a love fest. Shaheen got a little nervous because he saw his name finally. You know, he's trusting Camilla. He's not trusting Mary.
The aftermath is just Joe and Beardo talking to each other about who they're going to bring over to the muscle team.
To the Strong Tribe. So, yeah, kind of boring. So
they take the smallest Mary.
Well, but she's strategic as hell. I mean,
she ain't muscle, though.
No, not at all. No, not at all. But she's strong. She does well in challenges. Like how she pulls herself through.
I'm just saying it's an odd choice for.
Well, it's kind of an odd choice for a muscle men and one woman. And Eva is very muscly too. So anyway, it's very odd. We go to camp life where it's tree mail. So this is where I think things got a little dirty. Essentially, it's like you have to pick a pair for the immunity challenge. And everyone, it was awkward. I could feel the awkwardness. It's like being picked at school. Like I related because like Camilla said she feels like she'll be the last one picked when they go to the challenge. That's how I always feel. I was usually pretty close to last picked.
And she was first.
She was first. I think it was detrimental to her in the end, but she was the first one picked. But Joe is the one who's like, okay, let's stop worrying about hurting feelings and people start picking people. Like his whole trust and loyalty, like he has an interesting, I can't get a read on him. Like what
Just
do you,
wants trust and loyalty towards him.
well, that's a good
He's a
point. To his
two-faced
group.
firefighter.
Well, yeah, like let's get into it. So, what did they pair up? So Shaheen does pick Camilla first. So, do you think there was any strategy to that? Like, I didn't think they had any kind of real connection.
I think they're trying to pick opposite of their alliance. I don't know
Do you
if they
think they're-
talked about it, but
Well, I mean,
that's what he did.
Well, and for sure Kyle did. So, like, Shaheen picks Camilla. I mean, David picked Mary though, and he likes Mary.
Yeah, but
Kyle
he's too dumb to know what's going on.
He's really dumb, and he gets really mad when people don't agree with him, because we're gonna really talk about it, because I'm not happy with that dude today. Let me fucking tell you. I mean, let me bleep and tell you. So then you have Kyle picking Chrissy, Eva and Joe, and Mitch and Star kind of de facto. I don't even think they chose each other. So
Eva and Joe really manipulated that one.
Yeah, I don't like I like them as people. Like, I like Eva, particularly what she's been through, but the whole Eva and Joe thing, they got to break that up. Like, how are they not breaking that up?
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's what Chrissy was talking about.
I know, I feel bad for her. So Eva, like when they're talking, Eva kind of calls out Chrissy because of what she said last time, and she does kind of carry that forward this episode. And let's see, thinking strong, loyal group. Mitch uses the analogy of like sitting at lunch, because he's feeling like I'm relating to the people who feel left out, like as someone who's kind of had those sort of situations in my lifetime, like when I'm younger and whatever, and throughout, where it's like, you feel like, pick me, or I want to be part of things too. So it was really interesting when Mitch said, and then even when you go to school, it's like, do I want to have new friends in the cafeteria? If I sit down, am I going to be alone? I need to find a group to sit with, like it's very interesting.
Mitch was trying to sit at his old table, trying to keep Siva together. Well, he needs to realize there's none of that no more.
It's dead and gone. For a smart guy, because I think he's smart. I think that was not a smart move, but I don't know how strategic he really is, because it's like you look for the cracks in the alliances, that the really strong alliances going on, and you try and pull them aside, and you see like a Camilla who's on her own, or Chrissy who's kind of on her own. Like, yeah, it didn't work.
No.
It did not work at all. However, there were a lot of other moving targets this week. Yeah, because he wanted the Siva 5, and they were all basically, nah, not happening. So we get to the challenge. So it's a 3-parter. Nick, did you write it down? Because you're always better at describing challenges.
I think so. So dig through dirt tunnel, get puzzle piece from dirt tunnel. Dig up second puzzle from dirt. First 2 pairs, move on to next round. So first 3 pairs, actually.
Yeah.
Second stage, puzzle pieces are for the steps. Then crossing bridge, using planks for 2 pairs to move. Now, the cool thing is they only had 3 planks to get across that thing.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. So they had like a rope bridge, and they had to use the 3 which was pretty nuts. Using planks for 2 pair to move on a final round. 4 people are left, and they all get tacos. Now they got to hold a pole. They're all against each other and try and hold a pole. The longest at the top of the pole wins immunity. But the final 4 get tacos. The first 2 pair out have to go on a journey and put their vote at risk.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. That was kind of complex and interesting how they divvied the whole tribe up, basically.
I thought Mitch and Star were going to do a lot better.
Yeah, Mitch usually does really well, and Star's been doing well at challenges. Didn't have, like, Camilla is actually, I feel like she did better than Shaheen. Like, Shaheen just tanked it for them.
Totally.
And I don't think that was on purpose. I really don't.
Mary and David just flew through this thing.
Well, and this is the whole thing, like, just as a preview, like, him getting mad at Chrissy for pointing out that, like, people may want to consider breaking up the strong, muscly, like, alliance.
Well, of course you wouldn't like that. You're on that alliance. But, I mean, yeah, it's weird that he's upset that he's saying it.
She'd even suggested, why can't we do it? Everybody else gets to do it on gender. It's like, what are you talking? Because
he's trying to make them sound like underdogs.
Oh, that's such a good point. It made me mad because he's flipped something,
gaslighting
in his brain, right? Like
Hmm.
something, he seemed really nice and charming, and like his brain is broken in this episode. I think like anyone disagreeing with anything he says now that it's not nice, he can't handle it. So
He doesn't have
anyway,
enough protein in milk.
I know I didn't see any milk at the taco challenge. Spoiler alert, he goes to the taco reward. So the first in the first round, the folks who are out are, who is it?
Rose
Star
and
and
Mitch.
Mitch,
Or
Shaheen
Star
and
and Mitch.
Camilla. So those four, after the end, once the challenge is over, have to go and fight for their vote to not lose their vote. Basically, the second round, the losers, I guess the ones who kind of get kicked out of this one, are Chrissy and Kyle. So
They're in
it's
limbo.
David. Pardon me?
Kind of in limbo because they don't get a prize. But
Yeah, it's weird, right? They just go back to tribe by themselves, I guess. And then it's David, Mary, Joe, and Eva going against one another. Sorry. And it's the pole, like where they have the little tiny foothold. So
the equalizer.
Well, it was, because wasn't it interesting how quickly Captain America and The Rock were out?
Yeah, this is about size. Right? The heavier ones aren't making it through this with the big feet.
Well, and I thought they would have lasted longer though. Like I thought they got out pretty gosh darn fast. So
they made those footholds so small this year.
Yeah, that's what Jeff said. I bet that they've made it so much harder just so that it doesn't go so long anymore. Jeff doesn't want to stand out.
Yeah, totally.
That's my opinion.
Got to make it more challenging every year, right?
Yeah, and they got to mix it up and give, like Eva. I mean, I kind of knew Eva would win that one. Like she even said like her hockey legs, like she's just gonna crush it. But Mary did well. So Eva wins. We're back at camp with Chrissy and Kyle, and Chrissy is starting to say, "Hey, like let's get rid of." So Chrissy's whole thing is she wants to get rid of Shaheen, which I don't know that is the best move for her anyway. Like Shaheen, I don't know why no one is saying Joe. Well, she does finally say Joe actually eventually, but why it took so long to get to saying Joe because of Joe and Eva's is shocking. Then we're at the journey. I got confused. Can you explain that challenge? It confused me because I didn't pay attention for a second.
They have a mini game in Mario Party that's exactly like this.
Okay.
Where you kind of have to look if there's 10 balls and the 11th ball is red, you got to figure out the math. If I take 2 each time, or if everybody takes 2, where's this red ball going to fall? So it's all about trying to kind of mathematically figure out, okay, if I take 2 now, you're going to get the red ball in 3 turns no matter what, or I'm not going to get it in 3 turns. So it's like you can take one or 2 balls.
Right. Okay.
Right. So that's kind of the math. So and that's why near the end there, to get Star out, she took the 2 and she had to take the red one. If she took 1, Star would could pick 1 ball and then the next person will get the red one.
Oh, that makes okay. I was like, because for some reason at first I didn't pay attention for a second. I was like, oh, is it that they can give the red ball to anyone they want, but it only gets to them by doing the math?
They have to take 1 or 2 balls each turn. Whoever it lands on, right?
2?
1 or 2 balls.
Okay, I missed that point. Okay, so basically Star loses her vote, and so she essentially has no.
And that's what Camilla wanted.
It was. Well, Camilla and Mitch. So I think Camilla and Mitch are kind of working together on the side.
Totally.
Which is smart. But Star basically doesn't feature at all for the rest of the episode because she's just on the beach.
Nobody's talking to her. But also nobody wants to vote her out, so she's just moot.
Yeah, just lay low. It wasn't a terrible move. So Eva, we're back at camp. Did we talk about the tacos were...
And then the reward, everybody eats too much.
Yeah. And
who says they want to vote out one person? Oh yeah, Mary and David start going on about Chrissy.
No, but Camilla.
Oh, right, about Camilla. Sorry.
So suddenly Mary wants Camilla out, and David takes it up like it's life or death for him. The veracity with which he fights to get rid of Camilla, who has been voting with them. I'm not saying, listen, Camilla's vicious and she will take them down. Don't get me wrong. But David's not saying that based on his own intuition or his own opinion. He's saying that because Mary said it so strongly.
Yeah. He's easily influenced.
But then you can't get him out of it. Like, it's stuck in his head now. Hello.
Kitty.
You want to say hi? Do you want to go fight?
Also, Eva got an advantage that we don't know about until next chat.
I want to talk about that too. So why do you think David is going so strong? Like, it's very odd to me because he becomes so embedded in that mindset that he won't hear anyone else.
I think Eva's good at swaying people and Joe's dumb.
No, Mary.
Sorry, Mary's good at
Yeah.
swaying people and Joe's dumb.
Yeah, I guess so, because it just seemed odd. Because then, so first, like, let's say Eva gets the an advantage, and it's something where she has to go in the middle of the night. That would
Yeah, we don't know
terrify
what it
me.
is.
Like, I would be terrified. But how do you feel about her not even telling Joe? I think he'll have a
Right,
problem
it's
with that.
smart though.
It is smart. Like, it's
Smart.
a very, very smart move. But considering their trust and loyalty alliance, I don't know. It's interesting, right?
Yeah, but Joe's swaying a bit off of that too.
Yeah, I think so too. And then when Kyle, of course, so Kyle, as we know, is like his number one is Camilla, and they still are playing. I think they're finally going to get found out, by the way, next week. Because Kyle goes hard to protect Camilla, but he still does it in such a great way where he throws it at Chrissy, and Chrissy did put Joe's name out. So now Joe
very
wants to
smart.
get rid of Chrissy. It was a really smart, savvy move. But what do you feel like? David freaking out and being so aggressive really bothered me. Like,
Yeah,
it
I
made me
think he's
feel
on
a
his way out pretty soon. I think people are starting to see through his bullshit.
Well, even I thought he's a nice, simple guy, but I'm like, oh, he's a bully. Like, that's just pure.
Well, it's the
to
first time
me.
somebody's disagreed with him, right? And he's just
It's-
like talking
well,
over people, not
even-
listening. It's his way or the highway.
And it surprised me though, and it felt really like, again, someone who's been bullied, like, it felt really bullying and really aggressive. And I'm like, especially when like Joe was interesting. I think Joe played that right, actually. He's like, yeah, okay, he kind of fought the fight, but like, I think he kind of intuitively or sort of sensed that David was not letting this go. But then you have Kyle was fighting because his number one's on, name is
Well,
on.
Joe and Kyle talked about it on the side a little bit. Like, we could just flip the switch, Joe said. We could just vote out Chrissy, which is not very honest, but.
I know, right?
But.
Things
Of
change pretty
course.
fast when there's some tensions rising and when your name starts getting thrown out, right? So, but for Joe, I mean, it was true that Chrissy did put it. By the way, Chrissy, I would have been putting Joe's name out. I wouldn't play a game like Chrissy. I think she's way too, like, she's unhinged in her own kind of way, or unfiltered, I guess is a better word.
She buried herself.
She did, because I still think up until the tribal, it would have potentially been Camilla.
Yeah, she buried herself with David. She was pointing people out. It was a huge mistake, and the numbers were not in her favor to do that.
Well, I think it was already going to be close. I think it was going to be like a 4-4. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was going to be a close vote. Maybe I'm wrong though. Like, I might have just read the whole thing wrong. And I was gunning, like, I was hoping, because I like Camilla a lot. I was hoping it was going to be, well, Chrissy's just to me, it's a wasted vote, Chrissy, frankly. But that's whatever.
It's an easy vote. Another easy vote.
But it was a more interesting tribal. So I think that's what I have.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the tribal was pretty much just Chrissy and David arguing. I mean, Camilla was smart. She's like, I've been voting a certain way, and I'm going to keep voting that way. I'm not going to stab you in the back. Like, she played it like that, and that's what she's been doing. And Chrissy's like, we need to get this person, this person, this person out, or they're going to steamroll us. And then David got agitated, and they argued because it's not going his way, and
he's such a baby. Like, he's not. Camilla absolutely agrees to get rid of that tribe, but she's smart to just kind of
stay under.
Like, oh, well, let them do their. You know what I mean? It's like, Chrissy, what the hell are you doing? Why are you going so hard on this? Like, I understand, like, that's what you want to do, but why are you blowing it all up?
She buried herself so bad.
Like, I don't think it was foregone conclusion she was going home.
No, I just don't think she's a strategic talker, and she's just like out in the open.
It's just verbal diarrhea. And
like, oh, I've thought how everybody feels. I know. I mean, it doesn't matter. You're putting people's names out immediately. Like, Joe was already had his back against the wall. Well, now you're talking about everybody else. You got to go.
David, and you've seen how David is. David's a maniac. Like, he's acting like him getting upset though. It was just like, and of course, yeah, you're gonna get defensive, but like, it also shows. I'm so disappointed it's taken us so long to get some activity going, right? Some drama, because really we have some people who are a little bit incapable of flexibility and adapting to the situation and modifying their interpersonals, right? Like, they're just not good at it. Like, Chrissy completely tanked herself. I think that David is tanking himself with his behavior.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 100%.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I agree. I was just that totally makes sense.
Camilla played it really smart, in my personal opinion, she didn't like throw anyone under the bus, but you know what she did do, and she didn't get called out on it, is she goes, well, that's really bad jury management. I was like, just put that she just dropped the little nugget. Do you know what I mean? She didn't go on about it. She didn't scream and yell. She just said, come on, guys. We've got Cedric's sitting right there.
Don't get too passionate when you don't got the numbers, because you're just putting your target on yourself.
Well, and she literally has no numbers. She literally has no alliance. She has no one to work with her. And David, dude, they've already turned on you. And he's already gone paranoid crazy. Like, his paranoia, like, from last week to this week is just wild to me. And people that behave that way and try to, like, just bully, like, I cannot stand someone who just pushes their opinion like that. And are dumb.
I didn't watch next week's, but I have to assume people are talking about him.
They are. Because he's like, why are they went against me? It's going to be all David all the time.
Yeah, he's losing it.
Did
anybody vote for Camilla, though? Did David not vote?
No, so I watched the end to see who voted. It was a clean sweep. Every person voted for Chrissy. So maybe she was going home.
It's just the way they cut it. Yeah, I'm not sure if they cut out some conversations to make us think it's going to go one way. You just never know.
I know, because I'm really curious. I thought it was good. We're getting, like, starting to move, at least. You know what I mean?
You're starting to get some emotions.
It probably felt more of, like, movement to me, because last week was just so ho-hum. Right? Yeah. Like, for me, it was just...
I see people arguing, and I think there'll be continued arguments. I think Camilla's going to come out of her shell a bit with her fighting, because she now has a target on her back.
And I think
Kyle's going to flip-flop. I think Joe's going to flip-flop. I think David's gone soon.
I think David's probably the next vote. What I think would be smart is for Camilla and Kyle just to come out with, you know what I mean, is them work with Mitch. They should work with Mitch, and I would say Shaheen. I think you could pull Shaheen. I do. Even Joe and honestly, before they vote out David, they should be getting rid of Joe.
That's who they should get rid of.
But they're not.
It was just quiet enough that he can kind of fly under the radar a bit.
So it was an interesting, and I forgot Star, like, they should pull Star. Like, if, like, they could flip it still.
Nobody's thinking outside the box. There's easy votes. It's been
this
was an easy vote too.
It really was. So that was disappointing, but it was for me, it was a fun tribal, because we haven't seen anything fun for a while.
Yeah, it was a good one. Challenge was good.
Bit
of drama.
Good. Side note, I looked up, remember last episode we talked about how much money? I did a quick search, so it's not entirely accurate, because I didn't look at, like, the years, but it's more recent, because it does say, like, the 26 days, it's pre-COVID amounts. So even the person who gets voted out first, back whenever this was written, got $3,500. And then I think if you get closer to the end, there's, like, can get up to 10,000 plus 3,500. And then, of course, like, the runner-up wins $100,000. And there's other amounts. I didn't have time to dig in, but I'll give you a little more info. So at minimum, you get 3,500, even if you just go for a couple days.
Yeah.
And you're voted.
Interesting.
Right?
I knew the $100,000 thing. I wasn't sure if they still did that. I know they did it earlier. I wonder what third place gets. Maybe they both get $100,000 too.
I think it's 50 or 80. Yeah. It's kind of, I think second, third, and fourth get, like, a decent amount. And then, but still 10,000.
Not bad.
I want to deeper dive that one a little bit. So, pretty good episode. Last week everybody gave it 5s. I'm gonna
7-1.
You just same. Okay, I can't go with you. I'm gonna 7-2.
Yeah, it's in the 7s. It was a good one.
Because I did really enjoy the tribal.
The ending was a bit blasé, but it was good. A little bit of chat, a little bit of arguments, a little bit of drama. Good challenge. Evil was all gassy. So yeah.
But she was eating, and at first I'm like, why are you don't have napkins? Because she was just, like, shovel, and I would too. Like, I would just shovel it in my face. But it was just like, you'd be sick. You'd have to be, I just, like I said last time, it's totally crazy. So yeah, so what were you? So you're a 7-1. I'm a 7-2. Yeah, good episode. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. A vast improvement from last week. I edited and posted last week's today. And I'm like, yeah, we had fun talking.
I think next week's going to be heavy drama.
I can't wait.
Yeah, next week should be good. Which I can't watch till the week after probably, but either way.
Oh, yeah, right, because you're gone for, like, almost a week and a half. Okay, yeah.
Rock and roll.
Okay, so thank you, everybody, for watching. I think that's all we have for today. Go on over to Kayfabe Wrestling Talk and Dirty Glass Podcast. Like, subscribe, do all the things. And, of course, do all the things here. Like it, subscribe. Give us your comments. How do you feel about David? Does he trigger you as well? Or are you more, like, on his side, like, go, David, go? go Captain America or The Rock.
Let us know
whatever
if
you
you're
are.
Team David or Team Camilla.
I'm Team Camilla all the way. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we will catch you next time when we hope it is high drama. Later.
Bye.